This building has 2 elevators, but one of them's out of order. But whenever I take the working elevator, whether I'm going up or down, I always end up on the 7th floor. And the 7th floor is completely lifeless, as if all the residents are dead. I entered the elevator with 2 beautiful women going to floors 28 and 21. I was headed to the 14th. It shot up quickly. At my floor, I stepped out, but pulling out my keys, I realized the apartment numbers were wrong.
701? I'm on the 7th floor. I thought I got off on 14, so why am I here? I must have the wrong floor.
I took a deep breath, didn't think much of it, and stood in front of the elevator doors again. Soon the elevator stopped at the 7th floor. When the doors opened, I was stunned. The 2 beautiful women were still inside. They looked just as surprised to see me. I strode into the elevator and pressed the button for the 14th floor. The 2 women moved as far away from me as they could, clearly scared of me.
I'm no threat, so don't be afraid.
Soon, the elevator arrived at the 14th floor, but when I stepped out, I realized I was still on the 7th floor.
Was that a ghost? What's happening?
I blinked to confirm I was on the 7th floor, totally confused by what was happening. I thought I was hallucinating, so I took out my key and walked to the door of 701 trying to open it. Maybe someone had just switched the door numbers and I was actually standing in front of 1401. Obviously, the key didn't fit the lock at all, so I couldn't open the door. I didn't give up easily and knocked hard on the door of 701, but there was no response from inside at all. Then I knocked on the doors of a few neighboring apartments, but still no one answered. I glanced at my phone and realized something was off.
It was 11:50 p.m. Why weren't any 7th floor residents home?
So I got back into the elevator and it slowly rose and stopped at the 9th floor. The elevator doors opened and a beautiful woman with long hair walked in.
There's a ghost outside. Move quickly.
It's the 21st century now. You have to believe in science.
There really is one, trust me.
Then I just ignored her. The elevator reached the 10th floor and stopped again. Elevator doors opened and a beautiful short-haired woman entered.
I saw a ghost. Leave quickly.
I don't believe in ghosts at all, so I decided to get to the bottom of this.
What did you 2 encounter? Explain it clearly to me.
Then the woman spoke up first.
My name's Lily. The first time, after you got off the elevator on the 14th floor, the 2 of us kept riding up. When we reached the 20th floor and the elevator stopped, you walked in again. You have to understand, the elevator goes up really fast. If you took the stairs, there's no way you could have caught up from the 14th to the 20th floor. You caught the elevator and stayed totally calm. I was terrified and kept my distance. Then, the long-haired woman and I got out. I left on the 28th floor, but ended up on the 7th. I'm Lonlin. The same thing happened to me as Lily. We got off on different floors, but both landed on the 7th.
Hearing what happened, I was stunned.
Since you all went to the 7th floor, how come I didn't see you there?
You went to the 7th floor too?
Yeah, twice I left the elevator on the 7th floor. I never saw you and you never saw me. Something's clearly wrong.
That doesn't add up. The second time you got into the elevator, it should have been on the 12th floor, not the 7th. I remember it too. The second time in the elevator, the display read the 12th floor. So outside the elevator, it was the 7th floor, but inside it showed the 12th floor. That's a difference of 5 floors. Is there some kind of pattern here?
What kind of pattern could there be? I got in at the 7th floor, and the display showed 7. When Lanlin got in, it showed the 9th, and for Lily, the 10th. So it was always the 7th floor outside, meaning there's no pattern since the outside stays the same while the inside changes. Also, what's this ghost everyone's talking about?
I left the elevator on the 28th floor, but landed on the 7th floor. If it's not a ghost, what is it? Just some ghost trickery?
There's no way ghosts exist in this world. Isn't it possible that we're all just hallucinating?
But there's no way we'd all have the same hallucination, right?
If it's real, the elevator's broken. Let's get out and decide what's next.
Then I stepped out of the elevator first. The 2 of them didn't dare stay in the elevator either, so they followed me out.
Damn, it's the 7th floor again. Thinking back to what just happened, we stood in the elevator for so long and it never moved, which means no one outside was using it either.
After I said that, Louie started to get scared.
We exit the elevator and it's still floor 7. We can't get home. Now what? Why is there no cell signal here? Otherwise, we could at least call someone for help.
I checked my phone and saw no signal. Usually on any floor there's service.
Since we can't contact our families, our only option is to ask the neighbors for help.
It's useless. I knocked on every door, but no one answered at all.
You're a grown man knocking on people's doors in the middle of the night. Of course no one's gonna open up.
Then Lily knocked on doors, but nobody answered.
It's not that nobody wants to open the door. There's just no one here. Where did all these people go?
Faced with this new problem, we talked it over for a bit. Then all of a sudden, an idea hit me and I rushed into the elevator.
The emergency button in the elevator can reach management.
I pressed the emergency call button and sure enough, I heard a voice.
This is the property management office. Do you need any help over there? I'm stuck on the 7th floor with 2 beautiful women. Please come help us as soon as possible. Don't play pranks in the middle of the night. We're not playing any pranks. Please come help us.
Suddenly, static burst through the elevator, drowning out the manager. I hit the emergency button again, but interference blocked any response.
Talk about bad luck. Now what?
I carefully looked around the elevator and noticed a camera above us, so I immediately took out my phone, wrote a message asking for help, and held it up to the camera.
Do you think the property management people can see?
Let's hope they can see it.
30 minutes later, still no word from management. Surprisingly, they couldn't even see us.
Those bastards are really irresponsible. We're just wasting our time here. It's already so late, maybe they've all gone home for the day.
Seeing this, I hit the emergency button repeatedly but got no response. Then Lily suddenly shouted,
I just thought of a way. Maybe we can get off the 7th floor. Earlier, when we got in the elevator, we pressed 3 different floor buttons, but we always ended up on the 7th floor. So this time, let's change it up and only press 1 floor button.
I nodded after hearing that, then pressed the button for the 14th floor. The elevator started up quickly and soon arrived at the 14th floor, but when we stepped out, we realized we were still on the 7th floor. Then we pressed the button for the 21st floor, but we still ended up on the 7th floor. Finally, we pressed the button for the 28th floor, but while the elevator was moving, it suddenly shook a few times and then the lights went out. The stuffy elevator was plunged into complete darkness. Suddenly, a hand grabbed mine. That hand was stiff and cold, like the hand of a dead person. Just as I was about to grab that hand, the lights suddenly came back on. The 2 beautiful women stood in front of me as if nothing had happened. One of them definitely has something wrong. I need to find out who it is. After we walked out of the elevator, I asked,
Who just grabbed my hand?
You mean after the lights went out?
That's right, her hand was so cold there wasn't any warmth at all.
Could it have been a ghost's hand?
Whatever kind of hand it was, we need to check it out.
As soon as I finished speaking, I grabbed Lanlan's hand and immediately felt a chill.
So it was you playing tricks.
I wasn't. Stop lying.
Don't deny it, your hand is so cold, there's no way you're alive.
You're accusing me falsely. I'm clearly alive.
Lanlan was nearly in tears.
Calm down. Let me feel your hand and check.
After Lily said that, she took Lanlan's hand.
Her hand is warm. There's nothing wrong.
After hearing that, I held Lanlan's hand again, and this time it really was warm.
Lan, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Please don't be mad.
Then I held Lily's hand too, and it was warm as well.
Body heat is normal, so it's a ghost in the elevator. It used the dim light to touch you.
If there's a ghost in the elevator, why only touch me?
You couldn't even tell if my hand was warm or not. So maybe you just made a mistake back in the elevator too.
It's perfectly reasonable for Lanlan to doubt my judgment, but my mind was clear. There really was a cold hand grabbing mine.
Stop overthinking it. Since we can't go upstairs, let's just take the elevator down. We still have to take the elevator, isn't there?
Lanlan was so scared she couldn't finish her sentence.
We held hands as we entered the elevator, first to check if there were any ghosts, and second to give each other courage.
I nodded and stepped into the elevator, hitting the 1st floor button. We waited quietly, holding hands. As we descended, the lights flickered again. Shifting shadows made it eerie. I could feel how scared the 2 of them were. Their grip on my hand kept getting tighter. But just as the lights flickered, Lily suddenly disappeared. She didn't vanish completely. Her body disappeared, but I was still holding her hand.
What the hell?
Before I finished, she popped back up. Is Lily the problem? My heart raced, and then Lily spoke.
What's wrong? Jumping at every little thing.
You're strong. You squeezed my hand hard enough to hurt.
Until I figure out what's going on, I can't say anything reckless.
Look at you, so strong, yet you're outdone by a girl.
At that moment, the elevator stopped as well. With hope, we slowly walked out, but we were still on the 7th floor.
What are we gonna do now? Are we gonna be trapped here forever?
Lily was especially anxious, crossing her arms over her chest and pacing back and forth. Lanlan was so worried she couldn't help but start crying, looking heartbreakingly pitiful. I patted Lanlan on the shoulder and reassured her not to worry. While Lily walked away, Lanlan leaned in close to my ear and whispered.
I saw Lily disappear.
Stunned by the news, I answered carefully.
I saw Lily disappear too, but before we figure out what's really going on, let's not make things more complicated. It could just be a problem with the elevator.
I don't care if it's a problem with the elevator or with Lily, I just want to go home. Why don't we try taking the stairs?
Lanlan's words reminded us of this basic option. The 3 of us headed to the stairwell. The stairs looked normal, so we went up 1 flight, but the hallway was still the 7th floor. Whether going up or down, every time we stepped out, we were always on the 7th floor.
Looks like I was wrong, it's not the elevator. Could there be something wrong with this building?
But right then, I noticed they stood back, staring at me in terror.
Why are you so far back? I'm no bad person.
Lanlan wanted to say something, but Lily stopped her.
If you've got something to say it. Stop stalling.
Then I walked toward them, and Lily shouted.
Don't come any closer. Stay away from us.
What's up with you 2? Answer me already.
Lily's reply chilled me to the bone.